Hey there, and welcome. Today we're jumping into a topic I think pretty much everyone can relate to. It's that feeling that modern life is just loud, It's rushed, it's a little overwhelming. But what if you could actually change that? Well, this explainer is all about how you can build a more peaceful day, not through some huge life-altering changes, but with small, totally doable habits.
I mean, seriously, just take a second to think about it. From the moment you wake up, does it feel like you're already playing catch-up? Like you're being pulled in a million different directions at once? If you're nodding your head right now, trust me, you are so not alone. This feeling of being constantly swamped is incredibly common.
And this right here is the main idea we're going to unpack. A sense of calm doesn't just fall out of the sky. It's something we actually build. So the most important takeaway is that you have the power to construct this for yourself, piece by piece, one small habit at a time. Okay, let's get into the how-to.
All right, first things first, the morning. How you kick off your day is like the opening scene of a movie, right? It sets the entire tone for everything that's about to happen. A crazy, frantic morning almost always spirals into a crazy, frantic day. So our first goal is to start with a little bit of calm.
And look, we're not talking about some complicated hour-long ritual here. This is literally about your first 5 minutes. Before you do anything else, just breathe, do a little stretch. But here's the crucial part, maybe the hardest part. Resist the urge to grab your phone. That one little move stops your brain from getting hijacked by a flood of notifications and emails, and it gives you a chance to just arrive in the day.
Okay, let's move on to our next big idea, cutting down on decision overload. You probably don't even realize it's happening, but every tiny choice you make, what to wear, what to eat for breakfast, it drains a little bit of your mental battery. It's a real thing. Psychologists actually call it decision fatigue, and it's a huge source of hidden stress.
And you can see the difference right here. On one side, you've got a brain just buzzing with all these questions. It creates friction. But on the other side, it's smooth sailing because those little choices have already been made for you. By planning just a tiny bit ahead, you're freeing up all that brain power for the stuff that actually matters.
So how do you actually do this? Well, it's surprisingly simple. Laying out your clothes the night before takes, 2 minutes? But it eliminates a big decision right off the bat in the morning. Same goes for breakfast. And keeping your schedule light isn't about being lazy. It's about being smart and intentional with your time so you don't get that awful overbooked feeling.
All right, so we've got the morning sorted and we've cut down on decisions. But, life happens. Stress is going to show up around noon. So what do you do then? Well, that's where this next idea comes in, creating what we'll call resting moments. Think of them as little pockets of peace scattered throughout your day.
Now let's be super clear. When I say rest, I don't mean you have to go take a nap or a long break. A resting moment is just a tiny, intentional reset. And there's actual science to this. These little micro breaks can literally help lower your cortisol, that's the stress hormone, and bring your body back into balance. And the best part is how easy this is. You don't need to book a spa day, I promise. Just 2 minutes. 2 minutes of sitting quietly at your desk can totally change your state. Or stepping outside for a breath of fresh air between meetings. These kinds of resets are available to anyone, anywhere, at any time.
Let's switch gears and talk about the space around you. We tend to underestimate just how much our environment affects how we feel on the inside. A messy, chaotic room can create this low-grade hum of stress in the background that you might not even be aware of.
It really boils down to this profound but simple idea. Your inner world often mirrors your outer world. So when you take a few moments to create a calm space around you, you're basically sending a direct message to your brain that says, hey, it's okay to be calm too. It's a real, physical path to a quieter mind.
I mean, just picture it for a second. A room with the TV blasting and stuff everywhere versus a quiet space with some soft music and clear surfaces. You can almost feel the difference in your shoulders relaxing just thinking about it, can't you? That's how powerful your environment really is.
So we've handled the morning, we've navigated the middle of the day. Now, how do we finish strong? How we end the day is just as important as how we start it. A gentle evening routine is absolutely key for getting that deep recovery you need and setting yourself up for another good day tomorrow.
And again, this doesn't have to be complicated. It's actually beautifully simple. Dimming the lights, that's a physical signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Skipping the stressful late-night news, that protects your mind from getting all revved up.
And taking just a moment for a little reflection or gratitude, it's the perfect way to end the day on a calm, positive note. And the payoff here? It's huge. When you give your brain this gentle off-ramp from the day, it doesn't just crash into sleep. It unwinds naturally. And that leads to sleep that's not just longer, but deeper and way more restorative. So, to bring it all together, let's circle back to that central idea. This is not about flipping your whole life upside down overnight. Not at all. It's about consistency over intensity. The real magic happens when you weave these tiny, manageable habits into your daily life and just stick with them.
So I want to leave you with one simple choice. Not a total life overhaul, just a single starting point. As you look at the rest of your day today, what is the one moment of calm you can intentionally build into it? The whole path to a more peaceful life is paved with small steps, just like that one. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.
You know, we're always told that the secret to getting ahead is just to grind, to push through, to never stop. But what if that whole idea is just wrong? What if the relentless pace is actually the very thing holding you back? Let's dive into why taking a break might just be the most productive thing you do all day. So let me ask you this. When you step away from your desk for 5 minutes, do you get that little ping of guilt, that feeling that you're slacking off or falling behind? Come on, be honest. Yeah, most of us feel that way. It's a really common mindset. But here's the thing. The science on this is crystal clear. Taking a break is absolutely not a sign of slowing down. Think of it more like a strategic tool. In fact, it's one of the best things you can do to protect your most valuable asset, your brain. So why is this so important? Well, let's get into our first big reason. I like to call it cognitive refueling. It's all about making sure your brain doesn't end up running on fumes. Okay, so when you've been focusing really hard for a long time, you hit this state called cognitive overload. And that's not just a feeling, it's a real thing. Your brain is literally running low on the fuel, the neurotransmitters, it needs for things like concentration and memory. A quick break is like a pit stop. It lets all those resources replenish so you can get back in the race totally refreshed. And if you need some perspective on this, get this number. Your brain, which is only about 2% of your body weight, uses a whopping 20% of your body's total energy. It is an incredibly energy-hungry supercomputer. And here's where it all clicks. You know that feeling of being completely wiped out after a long day of meetings or intense work? That's not just in your head. When your brain is tired, your entire body feels that fatigue. It's a full system signal that it is time to pause. All right, on to our second reason, and it's a big one, stress protection. It turns out that a simple little pause can actively shield your brain's memory functions from damage. So let's just walk through this cycle. It's fascinating. You've got tasks piling up, the pressure is on, and your stress hormones like cortisol start to rise. But then look what happens. You take just a 5-minute break, and just like that, those hormone levels drop. This directly protects your hippocampus, which is the memory center of your brain. You're literally defending your mind against the negative effects of stress. Now for reason number 3, which is all about igniting those creative sparks. And this one is so cool because it's completely counterintuitive. Sometimes the best way to solve a really tough problem is to just get up and walk away from it. See, our brains have 2 main ways of thinking. First, there's focused mode. That's when you're dialed in, you're concentrating, you're getting stuff done. But then there's diffuse mode. This is that relaxed, daydreaming state where your mind just wanders, and that is where new ideas and creative connections are formed. The only catch, you can't force your way into diffuse mode. The only way to get there is by taking a break. And this explains so much, right? It's why your best ideas always seem to hit you when you're out for a walk, or in the shower, or just staring out a window. That's not a coincidence. That's your brain finally getting a chance to switch into that brilliant background processing diffuse mode. And that brings us to our last 2 reasons, which are totally intertwined, the emotional and the physical reset. A good break doesn't just help your thinking, it restores balance to your entire system. I mean, just look at the difference here. Without a break, what happens? We get irritable, impatient, mentally overwhelmed. But with a break, we feel calmer, we're emotionally reset, and we actually have renewed physical strength. It's the difference between being totally drained and feeling ready to go. And you know, this isn't something that gets less important over time. It's actually the opposite. As we get older, the emotional centers of our brain can become more sensitive. That makes these little pauses even more crucial. for keeping our emotional balance and staying resilient. So, when you put it all together, what's the one thing you really need to remember from all this? Well, it might just be the simplest and most powerful brain hack you'll ever learn. This is your key takeaway. It really all boils down to this. Taking short, regular breaks is not a luxury. It's a fundamental part of protecting your memory, sharpening your focus, and supporting your overall well-being. This isn't about working less, it's about working smarter in a way that's actually in sync with how your brain is designed to work. So I'll just leave you with this final thought to chew on. In this world that's obsessed with constant productivity, what if the most productive thing you actually do all day is to step back and, for a few moments, do nothing at all?